Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about number of distinct triangles, also referred to as the ambiguous case. What does that mean, ambiguous? By definition, the word ambiguous means open to two or more interpretations. So sometimes when we use law of signs, we can possibly provide you with one or more solutions or even no solutions. We will explore all cases below. So case number one, we have two examples, example 1 and example 2, as to how we're going to have no triangles be able to be formed. So let's go ahead and try an example number 1. So example number 1 says that A is equal to 7. So remember that A is across from angle A, so A is 7. C is 16, so C is across from angle C, and the measure of angle A is 30. So they want to know, the question is asking, how many distinct triangles can be drawn given these measurements? Well, we're going to use law of signs. Why? Because I have a crisscross. I have two angles and two sides. This situation here has set me up to solve for angle C. So let's go ahead and use law of signs. So remember, law of signs is side over sine of the angle. So 7 over sine of 30 equals 16 over sine of C. So just like the other day, we're going to cross multiply. So 16 times sine of 30 is equal to 7 times sine of C. So divide by 7. Now go ahead and type into the calculator, top first, 16 sine of 30, hit enter, then divide by 7. And you should get 1.14285 ... equals sine of C. So how do I get C? C is second sine of that answer. So if you type in second sine, second answer, you get error. The reason you get error is because, remember, sine can't be over 1. So therefore, there's no angle that I can actually get for C. So what does that mean? No triangles can be formed. So no triangles can be formed. Okay, let's try example number 2. So example number 2 says, in triangle ABC, little a is 9, little b is 12, and the measure of angle A is 135. Now I know this triangle here is not really a true triangle for 135 degrees. It was just kind of a picture that we drew. So again, crisscross. This side pairs with this angle. This side pairs with this angle. So law of signs has set you up to solve for angle B. So side 9 over sine of 135 equals 12 over sine of B. That's what we don't know. So again, cross multiply. So 12 sine 135 equals 9 sine B, and divide by 9. So again, in the calculator, two different steps. 12 sine 135, enter, divide by 9. You get 0.942809 ... So again, how do I find B? B is the inverse sine, so sine -1 of 0.9428 ... So in the calculator, second sine, second answer. So for angle B, you get that it's about 70.5, so let's round that to 71 degrees. Okay, now remember, ASTC. Here, sine of B is a positive 0.9428. So where is sine positive? Here and here. We have the angle for quadrant 1, which is 71 degrees. How do I find the angle for quadrant 2? Well, 180 minus 71. So go ahead and type that into the calculator. So B can also equal 109 degrees. So now we want to test them and see if they actually work. So if B were to be 71, let's just go ahead, and put 71 in here. What do I have? These two angles are 135 and 71. Go ahead and add those. You get 206. That is too big. that means there's nothing that can be formed for angle C because it's 206 is greater than the allotted 180 that we have. So that one's out. That one doesn't work at all. Let's try 109. So instead of B is 71, we'll say B is 109. So go ahead and add 109 and 35. You get 244. 244 is still bigger than 180 degrees, therefore there's no angle that I can put for C. So I can't make a triangle out of any of those angles. Therefore, no triangles. Now if it helps, you can draw pictures for the two possible triangles. And I'll show you what that means by example 3. Okay, so case number 2, we're going to show that one triangle can be formed. So it says A is 20, so let's go ahead and label that. C is 16, and A is 30. So again, law of sines, because I have a crisscross. This side crosses with that angle, and that angle crosses with this side. So side 20 over sine of 30 equals 16 over sine of C. So let's go ahead and cross multiply. 16 sine of 30 equals 20 sine of C. Same concept, divide by 20. So in the calculator, 16 sine of 30, hit enter, divide by 20. You should get 0.4. So 0.4 is equal to sine of C. How do I find C? Second sine of the answer, or just 0.4. So second sine, second answer, or second sine of 0.4, and you get that C is approximately 23.5, or C is 24. Now again, sine is a positive 0.4. Where is sine positive? 1 and 2. How do I find the angle in quadrant 2? 180 minus 24, and you get 156. So in this case, C is going to either equal 24 or 156. So let's go ahead and play the game of plugging it in. So if C is 24, is there a triangle that I can form? Well, let's see. Let's add the 30 and the 24. So 30 plus 24 is 54. Okay, so does that mean I can find an angle for B? Yeah, because a triangle has 180 degrees. So if I do 180 minus 54, which was the sum of these two, I get 126. So B is 126. So I can make a triangle out of C being 24. The triangle has the angles 30, 24, and 126. So we're going to put a little check next to C, because C of 24 works. Now let's try C being 156. So if C is 156, we have 156 and the 30. So add 156 in the calculator plus 30. You get 186. That means there's going to be no triangle or no angle that I can put for B. Why? Because 186 is over the allotted 180 for the triangle. So this one does not work. So how many triangles can I make? 1. Okay, let's try example number 2. If A is 0.25 and B is 0.5 and the measure of angle A is 30, how many distinct triangles can I make? Well, we're going to do crisscross. This crosses with this crosses with this. So 0.25 over sine of 30 equals 0.5 over sine of B. Cross multiply, 0.5 sine of 30 equals 0.25 sine of B. Divide by 0.25. And sine of B is going to equal what? All right, well, 0.5 times sine of 30, hit enter in the calculator, divide by 0.25, and get 1. So how do I find B? Well, we want to remember the unit circle. Where is the y value equal to 1? You should be thinking 90. So if B is equal to 90 degrees, and we talk about that sine is equal to a positive 1, and we tried to do that ASTC, what's going to happen? We know we're in 1 and 2. What's going to happen if I do 180 minus 90? I get 90 again. So it's kind of like the same triangle. B would be 90 degrees twice, and you don't want that. So here, if B is 90, we have a right triangle where I have a 90 and a 30. And how would I find the other one? Do 180 minus the sum of these two. So 90 plus 30 is 120. And then 180 minus 120. You get 60. So this triangle here is a right triangle. If I want to draw it out here, it would be where B is 90, A we'll put up here is 30, and C is 60. Okay, so one triangle. I can't draw another triangle because it would be the same if I had that other 90 degrees. So that's it. Okay, let's try the last problem where I can actually make two triangles. So let's go ahead and label what they give you. A is 10, C is 16, and the measure of angle A is 30. So again, crisscross. So 10 over sine of 30 equals 16 over sine of C. Cross multiply. Divide by 10. So 16 in the calculator, 16 sine of 30, close parentheses, hit enter, divide by 10. You get 0.8 equals sine of C. How do I find C? C is the inverse sine of 0.8. So in the calculator, second sign, second answer, you get that C is equal to 53 degrees. Now, ASTC, sine is a positive 0.8, so it's going to be 1 and 2. So the other angle would be 180 minus 53, which would be 127. Now, I was talking about before, sometimes it might be easier to draw out two pictures. So if we want to do that, we can. So let's draw out two separate triangles and label them A, B, C. And we already know that A is 30 degrees. That was given in the information, so that's not going to change. And now we have two possibilities for C. C is either going to equal 53 or 127. So 53 can go up here and 127 can go here. So you just kind of want to see, can I make those two triangles? So let's try this top triangle first. 30 plus 53. 30 plus 53. We get 83. So that will work because B can be 180 minus that sum. So 180 minus 83 gives you 97. So that works. Let's try triangle number 2. 30 plus 127. When you add those together, you get 157. So does that work for B to find an angle? Yeah, let's do 180 minus 157, and we get 23. So look, I can make two triangles. Now I'm just going to show the math one more time for those that were confused here. So we did 30 plus 53 and got 83. And then to find this angle, we did 180 minus 83 because there's 180 degrees in the triangle. So we were able to find an angle B, so it worked. Here we added these two and got 157. And to find this angle, we did 180 minus 157, and we got 23. So therefore, we were able to find another angle here, so there were two possible triangles that exist. Okay, bring this in tomorrow and we'll go over practice problems.